video breakdown, I guess you're gonna call it, or I'm gonna call it, or the studio's like first look at the zombies, and some of the devs talk inside of the video. But I'm gonna kind of skip over some stuff. I'm actually gonna skip past the trailer. We already saw that, plus there's copyrighted music in there. But they show a lot of different things, and everything looks amazing. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me in the first Jurassic Park from the 90s when they first go to the park and they get shown this like video. They're sitting like in a movie theater with seats that move, and then they all have like these questions, or they go. I forget what part of the movie. If it's specifically that part where they're showing like the little movie intro video, or if they're walking through like the lab. I can't remember. Where they have like so many questions. That's how I feel like everything hits you all at once. I felt like I was in the movie Jurassic Park, where like I have so many questions, and I can't wait to play it. It's just that it comes out in about a month. I would say like November 5th, obviously, 115 day, the real 115 day. Funny enough, but that's a story for another day. Um, but everything looks really, really, really good, and it's gonna make me also wish that I had a Xbox Series X or a new PC. I mean, I have a pretty powerful PC. I'm just not really into PC gaming because I want to get the achievements and keep all my achievements on Xbox. But again, aside from all that, it looks freaking amazing, and I just am curious how it's going to translate onto Xbox and a console. So that was the trailer, and then they start talking and they show a lot of different things. Again, it made me feel like I was in Jurassic Park. I'm like, wait, hold on, can I ask some questions? Um, but of course, I can't ask any questions unless I go on Twitter. But I don't think they're really allowed to maybe ask any questions. And like I said, you see a lot of devs from Treyarch, and that's good too because it's good to get the info from a lot of familiar faces. But again, it looks a lot, and people did mention this. It looks like Chaos and World War II. How now? Here's the thing about like calling people's bluffs is I know a lot of zombie YouTubers say that, oh, we want Chaos back, we want World War II back. Well, they're getting their wish, so none of them better complain. And unfortunately, some of those people have toxic fans and toxic subscribers that are just kind of taught to just hate on everything. So I hope they kind of don't do that because it looks amazing. And people just want to hate on everything, or maybe out of jealousy, but it looks amazing. I mean, this kind of is sort of maybe the best looking zombies, I think. And I know I said that with solving Easter eggs. Every time you solve an Easter egg, it's like, oh, this is the best and greatest Easter egg. But every time a new zombie game or map comes out, it's like, wow, this is the best map. And then the next one comes out, and it's like, wow, that's the best map. But about the eclipse, and they do show that a couple more times in this video, I wonder if it's supposed to, parallel what's going on during Doris. I think that's what they're hinting at. Because I think people even talked about that in the older Black Ops 1 map and maybe World at War map, where you see the eclipse symbolizing maybe or hinting that it's happening towards the same time period or during the same time period. Again, they talk about Die Machine and the particle acceleration, Project End Station, and these are the new not perk, but maybe like field upgrades. These look amazing, man. You know what they should do also, and I really wish they would do it? Do like digital cards where you can collect some of these like names and stuff, and but that's probably a lot of legwork and a lot of stuff they don't have time to do. But it's good to play the game, but to collect some of the cards, kind of like what Disney and Marvel and some of the top trading cards do, where you can collect some of the stuff, or maybe have it in game where you collect the intel that you collect is kind of like some of the names and backstory, the people and stuff like that, which they kind of already do that anyways. Again, definitely, obviously, looks at World War II because it's in World War II era. And everybody at Treyarch is so well spoken. I'm like, wow, like I feel so like childish or something like that. They're so like well spoken. Again, I got, and I think they even might have even touched on it. I do get like Jedi vibes, Jedi Force, or maybe like giving like a parallel universe of what maybe the Jedi's how they got their power. That'd be kind of cool. I know they really can't do that. But like again, everybody's so well spoken to hear like Nelson talk. It's like everybody's so well spoken. Um, I'm like floored how well the presentation was. I guess is what I'm getting at. It's very well presented. Um, and I can't wait. It almost makes me wish now that this should have came before the beta, because now I want to jump into World War II and try it. I think this would have hyped up World War II a lot more. Or maybe they should do another beta this weekend or something would be kind of nice. Uh, Again, there's different modes, so that's good. If people are asking for modes, that's another thing too. So they're like basically calling people's bluffs in a way. We're like, hey, you guys wanted more modes, you guys wanted more of this, you wanted more darker stuff, you wanted chaos stuff, you wanted World War II stuff. So here we're giving everything that you wanted to you, so you better not complain. And I know they're gonna complain anyways. They're gonna harken back to like some of the older games and stuff like that. But again, I kind of wish if they could re-release the beta for another weekend before. I mean, today's Thursday. They could technically do it. Why not just release or open up the beta so you can kind of jump back in and get the hype going? Um, but that'd be kind of cool. Well, I'm really glad that I played the beta. Again, everything looks amazing. I have no complaints. I hate to go on Twitter and read some of the comments. People say some of the most ridiculous things. Um, I can't wait to jump in, and it looks definitely more menacing and intimidating than some of the other zombies that we've gotten before. Um, so it'd be kind of cool to like play it at nighttime or if you shut all the windows and shades. And I probably wish I could play the volume, so I'm maybe gonna skip over some stuff. Oh, they talk about all the stuff that's coming back, crafting, pack-a-punch machine, and it's the same exact pack-a-punch machine, so that's pretty interesting. Um, and this definitely gives me like Origin vibes. Again, everything looks pretty cool. Yeah, it's kind of like if I know Origins is World War I, but it's kind of like if Origins from Black Ops 2 had its own game, this would be everything inside the game. It seems like, even though we had some of this in like World War II. Again, it reminds me like if you're in your own world of like Origins. And I don't want to be one of those people that are stuck in the past. But it'd be kind of cool if, like, how it would have related to maybe premise and stuff like that. The only other thing that actually no, I'm not even gonna ask you on Shinonuma. So again, they confirm, and this is Shinonuma that they're showing, and I think she talks about Shinonuma and some of the old games and old maps and stuff like that. Shinonuma obviously had that atmosphere, and that's the thing too. And it's like everything that you could wish for, we're actually getting. Because like I just recently talked about how Varuked Shinonuma had that atmosphere, and those were the ones that laid the groundwork for the future storylines and stuff like that. Um, Shinonuma was when we first heard about the Shadow Man. So maybe somehow, what would be really cool? I know the game and map's already made, but what if that radio was there and we hear the Shadow Man, but now more the Malcolm McDowell Shadow Man that we're familiar with? If I'm hopefully not mixing him and Monty up. I forget who voices who. But either way, actually, either if you get Monty or the Shadow Man, and the telephone's still there, that could kind of like almost reboot what we went through back then, to know that, oh yeah, that was the Shadow Man in the radio. That would be something cool that I hope they probably would do, or maybe even add it in later, just in case they didn't like add it in like Season 1 Reloaded or something like that. Um, Again, I apologize that I can't play what they're talking about because the way I record stuff would be way too difficult anyways, and it would the the sound would probably get crossed so much. Um, I really, really wish it was out, or like if they did do a zombies beta. I mean, that would definitely not happen. But oh yeah, but we're still getting the haunting of Verdansk. Let's say I know it's not really the Verdansk, but it's just the haunting that's coming. So maybe they'll add some of this stuff in it. Maybe some Dark Ether stuff. She did say, I know one of the devs said there's an event coming. So I don't know if this is the event, the reveal event, so to speak. Um, but maybe they will do like a beta. That would be kind of cool. So maybe or release like the Shinonuma as a little beta would be a cool idea because it's like that would be like a huge surprise if they say, hey, you pre-order, you can play the Shinonuma map today or something, or this weekend, or you get part of the beta if you pre-order it, because it's just so much in a way to dangle in front of people that like, man, you can't really wait. Or they should release maybe the multiplayer beta again, get people hyped up, or maybe release a beta altogether with both of them. I'm sure there's a beta out there somewhere anyways, to kind of get a feel, but then that would totally like kind of kill Cold War anyways. But do like a beta for a weekend or until Monday or Tuesday. I think Monday's a holiday anyway, somebody told me. Again, they did a really good job on the presentation. The red just adds so much more like spookiness and darkness. The sword is amazing. I hope the sword's something that like you can use right off. Like, I mean, maybe craft it, whatever. I would just hate it to be kind of like Shadows of Evil, where it's locked behind the Easter egg and you don't really get to use it. And upgrading it was a little bit difficult in Shadows of Evil. What if like the sword is just like, or maybe even like Chaos, where it's your special weapon. Everybody gets their special weapon. That sword would be easy. Is that the end of it? It is. I'm just gonna backtrack a little bit. I mean, I'm probably gonna wrap it up there too. I mean, the only thing I want to say is like I really wish it was out or a beta was out, where you can try it. I mean, technically, you could just hop into Cold War and kind of like get your zombie fix, so to speak. And that's the thing too. Like, it's good to kind of play zombies when it comes out. Play it till you're sick and tired of it, and then walk away and do something else, and then come back to it. Because that's what happened with Cold War. Like, I played it when it first came out, the last DLC. And then I went away and played a couple games. I did COD Mobile, played some multiplayer, did a couple other things. So I'm not like burnt out by the time this game comes out. So maybe that is a good thing that they don't release it. But it would still be kind of cool because you don't want to release it and then people get burnt out when the game comes out. They're already sick and tired of it. I guess you want to build up that suspense. So maybe it'd be a good idea. Or maybe they should do like double XP weekend and Cold War or something like that to get people hyped up. Or maybe add some Easter eggs into Cold War. But it looks so good, and again, it made me feel like Jurassic Park, where it's like, wait, hold on a second, I have so many questions, like what's this and what's that, and how does this work and how does that work? They answer a lot of it. So I don't know, are those portals like in game? You can just go to teleport to Shinonuma to pick up like some parts that's part of the map, or is it like your outbreak where you finished your objective and hey, do you want to go to Shinonuma next and stuff like that? Again, all that looks really cool. I know we can't get we can't always get what we ask for or get everything that we ask for. But yeah, it made me kind of wish too, or think about like what would happen if Scarlet and Chaos. But then on the other hand too, it's always been the first DLC that is different than what we ultimately get in a way. Like in Black Ops 4, the Blood of the Night crew, or Dead of the Night crew, is supposed to be the first map on disc, and Shadows of Evil had a crew, a one-off crew, whatever. So maybe the first, this is on disc stuff, and then the first DLC is gonna be totally different. Maybe they'll introduce Scarlet back, which would be super amazing. If like, okay, this is everything what you're getting, and then surprise DLC one is the Scarlet Chaos crew, helping out in the Dark Ether, which was kind of their intention anyways with Black Ops 4. So maybe they found a way to make it work again, where this is everything on disc, and then at the end cutscene, Scarlet comes and rescues them or something like that. But then that's gonna kind of like, hey, we have to kind of distance ourselves from the past. We can always look back in the past. Anyways, I think that's pretty much it. I'm really eager to play it, so I can't wait. Anyways, I'll leave it at that. I'll probably maybe talk again if there's more stuff that comes out. I'll see you guys there.